Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I want to update you guys for I finally revert update all of my miners that was on previous Overclocks firmware, DF3 or whatever previous. So you want to make sure revert first and then I got them all on the new DF4 firmware or paid firmware. This one is paid. And take a look how differently it took the 721, so I believe that 721 is 640, and we have 700 G on this miner. So this been running over 1.5 hours, and looks like this my asics so far are happy. It's gonna be really hot today. It's in the garage, and it's getting, when it gets outside over 100, it gets there really hot. I can show you the temperature actually. Right there right now is 98 degree already in the morning. I mean, and it's gonna get probably hotter, so it'll be over 100, and it's hard to control this temperature. And take a look at this power reading. So this is without the external fan. So this is the miner over here I'm running on this clocks. So you can see right over here that is 260 watts, and the fan probably another 30 watts. I don't know, I put a super powerful fan there just to cool down this miner. And I have the heatsinks, that large heatsinks. If you've seen in the previous video, I'm gonna show you. So if you've seen my previous video when I mod this iceriver KS0 Ultra, I put that ridiculous big heatsink. So that large heatsink, it's not supposed to be on top of this KS0 Ultra. It actually goes to the MOSFET. So it was just waiting for my number 8 miner. The one that I just show you is actually going there. So it is basically on this miner right there. Right here. So that's the large heat sinks that I use for the MOSFETs. And so that it's running on the 721 260 watt. By the way guys, I have if you didn't see this spreadsheet, so I'll put it down right here so you can pause the video and check the power settings that I have for power reading. So it's actually close to 256, but it's increased to 260 on the 19 volts, or to be honest, it's a 20 volt PSU, 330 watts. All right, so you do have efficiency here on the side. Just so anyone looking for some data, you can pause this video and check it out. This last column is I was measuring the heatsinks temperature with my thermal gun, and it went up and higher when I used the small RPM, so I had to reduce RPM, and so updated the so this was the old fan. So if you didn't see that video, it's 2 hours long. Don't want you to spend that much time, but if you go and click and scroll down, you may find that interesting how the how the MOSFETs overheat if you don't have enough airflow. It's crazy. It's just crazy. It's gonna go over 110 degree, and it will shut down your miner. So be very careful. In this video, just a quick update that the power consumption of the latest overclock of GL 721 GL is 260 watts. So it's slightly higher than what we've seen on the 700 GL, right? It was 248-ish, so about 12 watt added. But if we add 12 watt, do we get better performance? But so one of the machine, it's in average doing pretty good, 739 gigahash. I don't know, it's probably just the lucky chips, because on the other one I also have 736, and it's showing, oh look at that, 806 on the 5 minute. This is crazy. I mean, if they able to handle, if my MOSFET's gonna handle this with the full air blown, I may just need to find different shrouds, because right now I modify shrouds and I taped around the original heat sinks. I don't know if you saw it in the video. It's kind of crazy the way I did it. I'll show you just here. So about 120 in this video, I showed you guys how I taped it around this miner, so you could see, just to try to cover all these fins and have the air just going and pushing down these MOSFETs, right? So You could just go ahead and check it out. It's around 1 minute and 21 1 hour 21 minute right there. If you scroll down, you will see what I taped around, and just to push enough air through that miner. And so basically that's number 7. So it was overheating there, and now the temperatures looks pretty good. I'm still kind of not sure about going higher to 640. I want to make sure this is stable right there, because it did restart it for me at once, but now it's all on the new firmware. I just wanted to make sure it's running smoothly on the new firmware, and then we'll get that update. But look at the hash rates. It's if we keep stable 750, you know, I'll be happy. This miner probably a little bit staying cooler. Look at the chip temperature. So could be potentially that the chips are not getting warm enough on this miner, but or it's just silicon lottery. So it definitely not every miner gonna be the same. So, and it's a GL version, so if you go to G, you may have better luck, but you're gonna use more power. So that's what I was gonna show you guys. What else? Besides the power consumption, yeah, so on the 12 volts on the stack firmware, I'm using 7.33. That's what I was gonna show you. 733 amp, which that's the only firmware you can use, the stack firmware on the barrel connector. So do not attempt 12 volt on any overclocks. You will damage your barrel connector almost right away. I mean, like, it may take a couple hours or days, but it will get melted and potentially fire hazard. So do not do that. This is on my solar setup, so the rest of the 5 miners are on the 12 volts, just on without overclocks yet. And this is the only overclock that I connected that to a 20 volt PSU, that 330 watts. So that's what I was gonna show you. The fan speeds, you know, like I'm running 5,200 and more RPM just to push that air through. So that's my fan setups. What else? That's pretty much it. Oh, on the pool, yeah, I was gonna show you how they do on the pool. So obviously it looks great on the so those are the 4 miners. So I did upgraded that number 7. All right, so it's running here on that new firmware. I did upgrade it number 8. That's on the 20 volts. See, the 5 minutes sometimes drops in a little bit, and then I upgraded number 10 right here. So let's see how it looks on the web GUI. It's 750. So this number 10, it looks actually the best because those chips are a little bit warmer. So sometimes I have to figure how to make those chips, mining chips, a little warmer. And this running 731 at 711 average. So on the pool, this is my 6 miners. There's 4 of them already overclocked, right? So I have that. Let's log in back to my so I can show you these workers here. And I really like on the hum pool that I can create multiple accounts here under one account and mine to the same wallet address, where I like K1 pool a lot, but it's kind of missing this feature. If they would have, I use it all for my larger miners, but the smaller ones, the way I want to manage them in one account, that makes it a little easier for me. So let's see what they do. So far, obviously, we're only going to get 1 hour hash rate. So we get in 711, 704 on 7 and 8, and 10 and 11, we get 1 hour 797, 802. Oh my gosh, it's on the pool. Yeah, so if we get average 24 hours over 700, I'll be happy, you know. We'll see. I have to update you guys probably in a few days how we doing on the pool, but take a look. We up to 384 terahash, 385 on 1 hour. So you haven't been a full 24 hours, but this is the 6 miners. Previously I had 400 roughly, even a little bit less, 2400 2.4 terahash before on this setup. So now if we deduct 3840, we gained 1400, 1.4 terahash by overclocking only 4 machines, I'm still have this KS5, KS0 Ultra number 6 and number 9, not overclocked. It's 41549. It's doing pretty good on the stock firmware. I have to admit it's very efficient, but for the time being, because the hash rate going crazy, we want to take advantage of this hash rate. So two more. This one is actually modded already, so I need to just get my shroud pull out from KS0 Pro that I'm not using because it's in the box really, so it already has fan. So I'm gonna upgrade this next and see how far we can push it. And then number 6 is actually also modded, or not. No, not number 1 is modded. So I'll have to see how I can push these two also, and we can potentially get 600 more. Let's say 600 more. It's gonna bring us to 4.4 terahash. This is a 2 extra terahash, guys, on the same setup. This is crazy. That's like getting another extra 5 units of this KS0 Ultra. For if you're going to buy them for 200 Kaspa. So it's pretty much like what 200 Kaspa, roughly about maybe what $50 or what is it? Let's do 200 Kaspa. Let's calculate times 0.18 right now, something like that. So it's $36 times 6. Oh, $216 for 2 terahash. Can you buy a 2 terahash miner for $216? Absolutely not. So even if you're buying the paid version, it's still worth it. But if you're using the dev fee version, it's still worse because you only 0.5%, and it's very little. Okay, so let's calculate a 2 terahash. I mean, from let's say we get to 4.4 terahash, 4,400 gigahash, multiply times 0.05. So, oh, it's a 0.5%. It's not. This is 5%. Hold on. We have to multiply 44. What do I do? 4,400 multiply times 0.05. So that's 0.5%. What am I doing wrong? Come on. Times 0.005. I can't get this calculator work right for me. Okay, this is a 0.5%. So you can only lose 22 gigahash of your hash rate, which is nothing. I mean, from 4,400. If you think about it, even dev fee, it's like you only getting 22 less gigahash. So it's probably the fluctuating a lot alone is a lot larger than that 22 gigahash. So it's very low fee, 0.5%. You know, even the 1%, it's what for it's 44. 1% at 44 gigahash, right? So it's not a huge percentage, so it can be dev fee if you'd like to use that dev fee, or you can purchase out of the pocket and just have it. Not worry about those settings, because once in a while, if your miner will restart, by the way, if you read instruction carefully, if you're using dev fee. Wondering if it's here too. Yeah. So here your miner, your network security firewall ad block needs to be in the settings disabled for IP range. So because your miner will reboot around every 10 minutes, if that happens, that's what you need to look for if you're using dev fee. So just be careful with that, and once you install dev fee, make sure it runs smoothly. If it runs over 10 minutes or like a couple hours, you probably say, but just keep on watching. If it starts restarting, reboot the machine, because it can't collect the dev fee. That's, you may have potentially need to look at your network security settings. Okay. All right, so enough for this video. It's already getting long like always. So thank you for watching, and I'll be keep you guys posted for the overclocks, for this new overclocks, and see what I'm really gonna get from it. Can I get that extra stable hash rate? I guess my number 10 is really lucky silicon miner. I hope it stays that way, so we'll be watching. Or maybe just the temperature combination, because I'm 72 to 81. I don't have, this is really cold. I need to figure out how to keep the MOSFETs cold, and I was trying to wrap around, but it gets miner way too hot. So there, especially when it's hot, it will increase the temperature of the chips. Like right here is actually 7381. Pretty much the same, even hotter, but it doesn't take that clocks as happy as this machine. So it is cheap. So it's potentially your lucky chips or your silicon lottery, obviously. So that's it for this video, guys, and thank you for watching. Click the like button if you like the videos like that, and we'll see you on the next one.